What's going on, everybody? Pokemon D2 here. Today I'm going to be doing my Week 1 team analysis for my PPL Division 2 match versus Juan. His Twitter and YouTube will be in the description below, as well as the PPL YouTube and Twitter. You can check them out, follow them for any PPL related updates. So my match this week, like I said, against Juan, I'm going to show off his team right here. He has Tornadus T, Raikou, Mega Medicham, Gastrodon, Chestnut, Skuntank, Claydol, Nidoking, Volcarona. He actually does have a pretty scary team. The way I'm going to beat it is not going to be super easy, but I do think I've built a team that counters his pretty heavily, and a team that I'm very confident, I'm confident will work very well against his, and I'm just going to go over that in a second as well. So, here we go. We're going to start off with our Manaphy. Now, Manaphy is an enormous threat to his team. As you can see right here, he has Raikou that can deal with it, and Tornadus can take a hit from it, but really nothing else wants to either switch in on it or deal with it. Even Tornadus, if I'm up +3, cannot knock me out with a Hurricane, and I can knock it out with an Ice Beam. So Manaphy is a very big threat to his team. As soon as I get rid of Raikou, it outspeeds his entire team, bar Tornadus, or potentially Mega Medicham or Volcarona, and even those two at worst I speed tie. And after that, once Raikou is gone, I knock you out with +3 Ice Beam, I knock you out with +3 Surf, I knock you out with Energy Ball, Ice Beam, and then the rest get hit by Surf. So basically my game plan, one of my ways to win is get rid of Raikou and determine and potentially get rid of his Mega Medicham and then win with my Manaphy. That's going to be a big win condition. Now, as you can see with my team, Mega Medicham is a huge threat. It knocks me out in one hit, knocks Manaphy out in one hit, does a lot to you, and knocks you out in one hit. So, I really need to switch into that, and that switch in is going to be Asian Child Uxie, running Rocky Helmet, max physically defensive. This is going to be really my only switch into Mega Medicham. I'm running Rocky Helmet because every time he goes for a Fake Out, he will be taking damage on himself. Every time he goes for a high jump kick or a Drain Punch, he will at least get that chip damage off on it, or I will get that chip damage off on it. As you can see, I'm running Psychic, Energy Ball, U-Turn, and Stealth Rock. Psychic is for stab, of course. Psychic is also to hit the Chestnut, super effective. It's not going to be super useful for a lot of things, but it is going to be important later. It also hits the Nidoking, super effective, and Nidoking is a huge threat to my team. The Psychic is there for that. Energy Ball is there specifically for the Gastrodon. Getting rid of Gastrodon is also a high priority because of Mega Aerodactyl, but I'll get into that in a bit. Basically, my Uxie's job is to switch into the Mega Cham, take a hit, deal a little bit of damage back with Rocky Helmet, and then proceed to either set up Stealth Rocks or U-Turn out. And it's going to be very key, because every time I get a U-Turn into something like Aerodactyl or something like Manaphy or something like Heliolisk even, it's going to cause a lot of problems for him. Now, next up on my team, as you'll see right here, we have Rick Ross, the Hariyama. The big reason to why I'm bringing Hariyama is it's the best thing I have to take on both his... Oh, there we go. It takes the hit from Nidoking, it deals with his Volcarona very well, and it is my main switch into Gastrodon. Now, this thing really kind of hard counters Gastrodon. If he goes for Scald and burns me, he's giving me a Guts boost, and nothing on his team wants to switch into a Guts boosted close combat. Mega Medicham takes way too much. Tornadus, I believe Tornadus dies after Stealth Rocks. It's going to do a lot with close combat. Next up I have Rock Slide. This ensures me an OHKO onto the Volcarona. It also hits the Tornadus pretty hard. Then I have Knockoff. This is for the Claydol, and nothing in this game, nothing really on his team wants to lose their item. If I knock off Gastrodon's leftovers, that's going to be useful for me later. If I knock off the Tornadus' Assault Vest, that's going to help me later. This is going to be a very useful move during the match. Next up I have Ice Punch. This is also to hit the Claydol. This is also to hit the, it's called the Tornadus. It's going to be very important for me. As you can see, Ice Punch also hits the, this is my team, it also hits the Nidoking super effectively, so I'll be able to do a good amount of damage to that and be able to knock it out later with maybe my Heliolisk, things like that. So again, Rick Ross is very important. Main switch into Gastro, main switch into Volcarona, deal a lot of damage to both of them. Now, next up, we're going to go over my Mega Aerodactyl, which properly named NASCAR Bird. This is another huge win condition for me. I'm just going to go over his team real quick. And yeah, you'll see Tornadus T, Raikou, Mega Medicham, Chestnut, Skuntank, Claydol, Nidoking, Volcarona. All of these get one-hit KO'd, bar potentially physically defensive Claydol, by my coverage move. Stone Edge one-shots Tornadus, Earthquake one-shots Raikou, Mega Medicham one-shotted by Aerial Ace, Chestnut, Aerial Ace, Skuntank, EQ, Claydol, Crunch, Nidoking, Earthquake, Volcarona, Stone Edge, Aerial Ace. It rips his team apart. It outspeeds everything, bar potential Scarfers, and it just deals so much damage. So another big win condition for me is my Mega Aerodactyl. Get rid of Gastrodon, destroy his team with Mega Aero. That's another plan that I can use, and that I hope to use to good effect. Now, after my Mega Aerodactyl, I debated between bringing Drapion for Toxic Spikes, because again, it would wear down his team pretty nicely. It would wear down the Raikou, it would wear down the Gastrodon, but I decided against it because he has a Nidoking to absorb them, he has Skuntank to absorb them, Claydol is immune and can Rapid Spin, Tornadus is immune to them, so I didn't really think it was worth it. So instead, I decided to bring my Heliolisk. Now, Heliolisk is another big offensive threat to his team because he doesn't really have a switch into Life Orb Hyper Voice. As you can see right here, if his Raikou is AV, it'll still take 30 to 35%. Mega Medicham will die to it after a little bit of Rocky Helmet damage. Gastrodon does not take a Grass Knot unless it has a Rindo Berry, and even then I can deal with it. Skuntank Skuntank does not want to switch on the Hyper Voice, neither does Chestnut. Claydol I have Surf and Grass Knot for. Nidoking I can hit with the Surf, and Volcarona I can hit with the Surf. Heliolisk also has the potential, if I weaken his team enough, to be a late game sweeper. Of course, I have to be careful with it around Tornadus because it could pack the superpower. I'm still confident that it can do a lot of work. So, we went over Heliolisk. Now we get to the last member of my team, which is my Assault Vest Excadrill. Now, Excadrill also, while being an offensive threat to my team, is also going to be a pretty big, not super bulky Pokemon, but something that can tank a hit and hit back harder. Earthquake for stab, of course. It hits his entire team, bar Tornadus. With my Mold Breaker ability, I'll be able to hit Claydol. I have Aerial Ace, which can potentially 2-hit KO the Chestnut. Another big reason I'm running Aerial Ace instead of some other coverage move is because I'm kind of expecting, if he brings Chestnut, to run a Cobra Berry. It's the only way he'll be able to survive a hit from my Mega Aerodactyl, and if I get rid of that Cobra Berry on a potential switch-in, then my Mega Aerodactyl will be able to knock it out, whereas with the Cobra Berry it wouldn't have been. Also, I have Rock Slide. It will be able to hit the Volcarona, it will hit the, what's it called? The Tornadus super effective. I can live a hit from Tornadus and deal a lot of damage with it. And then I just have Rapid Spin because I need, not that I need, but I would really like to keep hazards, especially Stealth Rocks, off my side of the field. With my investment here, as you can see, I'm running a lot of bulk because I only need this much speed to outspeed Tornadus after Mega Evolving. This amount of bulk allows me to only take about 50 to 55% from Mega Medicham's Bullet Punch if it's Jolly. And that's going to be very important, so I can only really switch this in once to Stealth Rocks, and again, I'd really like to keep the rocks off. Also, it'll wear down my Uxie because I'm not running recovery on it, and it's just going to be overall be a bit helpful and all that. So yeah, that's the team. I guess I'll go over the EVs real quick. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I need to be max speed to potentially speed tie with the Medicham. This max physically defensive because I need the best switch into Mega Medicham as I can. This, as you can see, running max Bedef, this is to take hits like Scald, Bug Buzz, Fire Blast from Volcarona as best as I can and hit back very hard. Right here, again, a lot of HP will be allow me to take hits that Mega Aerodactyl would usually not be able to take. The 76 HP and the 12 defense make me take a lot less from Bullet Punch. My Heliolisk, I believe I'm running this amount of speed to outspeed, let me check you, yeah, this Spread allows me to outspeed Timid Volcarona and Timid Mega Medicham, or Jolly Mega Medicham. And then this allows me to outspeed an Adamant Mega Medicham if he decides to bring Adamant. Originally I was only going to bring enough speed to outspeed Nidoking, but I decided it wasn't really that much extra speed, I could probably afford it, so I went with this spread. Also, an important role Excadrill is going to have is if that Raikou is not shiny, this is my immediate switch into it, because if it's shiny, it could potentially be carrying Aura Sphere, and I might have to go with Rick Ross instead to potentially take it. But if it's not shiny, this is easily my best switch in. I take a Shadow Ball like nothing, and even if it is carrying Aura Sphere, it only does 47 to 53%, I believe, so I can potentially take 2. And yeah, that is my team. I'm very confident with it. Again, I have 2 very stable win conditions in Mega Arrow and Manaphy. And yeah, that's the team. So the video of me battling Juan will go up tomorrow, the day after this is uploaded. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're hyped and you want the Tampa Bay Lux Race to win, be sure to check out tomorrow's match. I'll see you guys next time.